Mr. Edson Lopez Jacobo, Gifted Nature and Needs Learning Activity 5, RTI for student Lil Archie. Describe a gifted or advanced learner in one of your classes who is not performing to expectations. Include information about current levels of performance and additional needs. Lil Archie is a respectful 9th grade boy. Lil Archie received the gifted label at the end of his 2nd grade year. He has been placed in the most rigorous courses across the disciplines available to as a freshman, but Lil Archie's performance is average at best. He sits up quietly and completes assignments partially. Although he does not have behavioral issues, he does not participate in discussion. Lil Archie's grades in the core subjects have declined from C's to a streamline of D's and F's. There is a glimmer of hope. Once a quarter, he will truly shine in a particular task, such as playing Romeo in a Shakespeare skit or condensing a 45-minute literature discussion into a succinct outline. In addition, when he is asked to answer questions, whether whole class, small group, or even individualized, he will struggle tremendously to articulate. He is not comfortable communicating with peers or adults. His responses reflect a combination of introversion and apathy. This indifference seems to dominate his personality. In this case, I obtained personal information from the student's mother regarding the home situation. He adopted this demeanor as a result of an unconventional familial structure. The parents were never married. They separated when he was in elementary school. He does not enjoy spending every other weekend with his father. Using the general considerations outlined in the article, explain what should happen during a response or intervention RTI team meeting that is focusing on the student. Who is there? Lil Archie's meeting will include the parent, preferably the mother, any of his teachers, primarily the core subject teachers with resources or data documenting his performance, and individuals trained to identify and understand the needs of gifted students, such as a school psychologist, a guidance counselor, or an administrator. The data brought forth can include formative and summative assessments, portfolios, journals, rubrics, performance tasks, products, documentation of gains, previous conferences, report cards, screening, learning style inventories, and rating scales. Assessments should include those for achievement and ability. Assessments should have been designed with adequate ceilings for the gifted and allow for demonstration of above grade level performance. What is the focus? How will the meeting run? The purpose of this meeting is to address how to motivate Lil Archie and perhaps determine if his personal issues are permeating his academic growth. There should be a talent development versus a deficit approach. Information should perhaps be served as a sandwich, initiating and concluding with Lil Archie's strengths and addressing his weaknesses with explicit solutions. What should happen during all parts of the meeting? There should be a team approach to the meeting with a moderator that permits each professional in the diverse group provide his or her observations and remediations. Lil Archie's parents should be permitted to intermittently express comments and concerns. There should also be someone to record these suggestions or confirmations. A satisfactory, concrete plan of action with preset periods of revision and reflection should come about by the end of the meeting. Progress monitoring is used to document mastery and need for compacted or replacement curriculum. Progress monitoring and interventions are used as a part of the decision-making process for further services and for documenting student growth and performance. What intervention will you choose? Why? A multi-tier tactic seems appropriate. Gifted students differ in their strengths and in their need for intensity of services. I would continue modifying the acceleration, depth, and complexity as indicated in Tier 2 instruction, but as a result of the intervention, I will base it more on Lil Archie's personal comfort level, such as analyzing what exactly triggered him to break from his shell in those aforementioned moments of brilliance. Besides varying levels of enrichment, Lil Archie may necessitate counseling services, which would be Tier 3. Explain how this differentiation is related to gifted programming and his/her identification. When any system is said to include identification and services for all children, some interpret that as meaning that training, identification, and services specific to the needs of gifted students are no longer needed. This is untrue. Teachers with gifted students in their classroom need professional development and gifted education. School-wide differentiation frameworks work best when they are supplemented with acceleration, planned articulation, effective supports, and expanded learning opportunities based on student strengths. National research has shown 84% of classroom activities are not differentiated for gifted students in heterogeneous classrooms.